So I go with my parents and I come to the resort. It's great, it's beautiful and whatnot, right? And then and then this is where things went down. The rooms. So my parents' room and my room were right next to each other because I requested that they be as close as possible so that it'd be easy for them to stop by and whatnot. And then I find out that their room smells like literal doo-doo and pee-pee all over the room. It smells like stink. And then I go into the washroom, I gag. It's so bad. It's so terrible. I had to ask them if they can switch the room or clean the room, and they suggested that they can clean the room, but it's late at night because we arrived late at night, so they can only take care of it in the morning. I was like, no, it actually smells so bad. It smells like sewage in there, and I don't want my parents to sleep there. So they just said, okay, we'll open up this random hotel room and they can just sleep in that room and get out. They're not even given the key. They just open the room and they sleep there. In the morning, they just leave the room, door gets locked, that's it. And in the meantime, they would clean the room starting from 9 and be done at around 2 p.m. So I was like, okay. And I came to the place at around 9 p.m. and I could only sleep at around 2 or 3 a.m. trying to get that sorted. And the next day, I checked back. Why did they not give them that room? I know. They didn't give them that room because apparently the room that they were given is less than what they paid for. So it's best if they use that other room. So whatever. So that's why they said, okay, we can try deep cleaning first, and then if it doesn't work, we can maybe move you to a different room. So I said, okay, sure. And then, like I said, the next day, they came out of their room. I took my parents to different places in the area. I was essentially the tour guide, and I'm glad that I came along. Otherwise, I don't know how my parents would have been able to deal with these types of problems, honestly, and organizing all these activities. So yeah, I am relieved that I followed. Yeah, anyway, in the morning, I checked in to see if they were working on it, and they said, yep, we're working on it. So I said, great. And so I checked in at around in the afternoon, like maybe like 1:50 and whatnot. No, 1. I checked around 1 and they said, yep, we're still working on it. It'll be done right around 2. So I said, great. And then I check in at around 1:50. Still smells like absolute doo-doo and pee-pee. Nothing has been cleaned. And my parents in the meantime were staying at my place. So we tried to think of it positively and saying, oh, okay, at least your room is clean, so that's nice. And then they started using the shower and the floor. Water everywhere. Went all the way into the hallway. Disaster. So then, my parents had to, they had to move their stuff 3 times. They moved their stuff into my room initially and to the other hotel room. They would keep their stuff where people are still around and whatnot, just to be safe. So they moved once and then they moved into my room just for a bit. Turns out that the room is leaking. We get kicked out and they had to put their stuff back into the other doo-doo room that they were in. And then I had to also pack up because room was flooding. And then I finally asked again if they could do something about my parents' room and also my room because there's a flood going on. So they finally came at around 5 p.m. and we were supposed to have dinner. There's like a really long wait time. So I booked a time for us to get in and they said, oh, it'll be done at around 50 minutes. So I said, oh, okay, sure. So I went to the front desk and then I had to go to the guest service because apparently the people at the front desk said I had to make a complaint so that they can take me more seriously. So I said, okay. So I had to go to guest services to make a complaint. And I said, I am here to make a complaint because, and then I told them about everything that happened. I had to go to Karen mode. Yes, unfortunately. Yeah, I came into the guest services room and they were asking, hello, how are you? I said, it's okay. I am sorry in advance because I'm going to be difficult for you. So I apologize in advance. And I had to say all that, and then they said, okay, here's the deal. Since your room is beyond salvation, like that cannot be fixed. They said that it can't be fixed. We will upgrade you to another room, which by the way, looks exactly the same. The only difference is that it's a floor higher, so it's a better view. I don't care about that, man. Yeah, they said they were full, so they couldn't move me to another room and whatnot. And also they said they would give me chocolate as a complimentary thing. And I was thinking, yeah, chocolate's gonna fix everything. Yeah, and in return I had to sign an agreement that in exchange for this upgrade, I'm not supposed to talk about it on social media and whatever, so I can't obviously disclose the place that I'm in because of that. I wasn't planning on doing it anyway, but I don't know, it felt like they were kind of, how should I say, shutting me up. Like they were bribing me to be quiet. So I thought this was shady and I called Sally. I was going over the whole agreement and saying, okay, this is really sketch. They're literally bribing me. What should I do? Like, yeah, of course my one Google review is going to change the world, obviously, but what I mean is that it's not going to make a difference. But the fact that they included that specific section, I guess, annoyed me. Yeah. And then, and then they called in the manager for the guest service. Oh, room service, I remember now. Because I started getting angry after seeing the agreement. What is this supposed to be? Are you bribing me? Like, what's up? Are you actually going to get this fixed? Because I had to come here like 4 times to actually get something done. And guess what? Nothing is being done right now. What are you gonna do about it? And then what really ticked me was that the manager came in. God, this sounds like such a Karen, but I had to be a Karen because I had no choice. Because it wasn't cheap, man. It's allegedly a 5-star resort. Well, we went there as like a good deal, whatnot, but still, it wasn't cheap, man. And then the manager said something like, okay, we're getting you an upgrade. I don't see what the problem is. Exactly these words, pretty much these exact words, literally said, I don't see what the problem is. And I got so angry. Because I changed my tone from, so you see, this is that, this is this. And then after I heard that, I went an octave lower and said, okay, then what do you want me to do? What if I decide not to move into this room? Am I gonna have to stay in this room with faulty maintenance? You guys should have checked if things were working properly, and this wasn't cheap, and now you want me to take full responsibility over something that I shouldn't be held accountable for. And then, while nothing changed exactly, his attitude did change from condescending to, oh yes, ma'am. Oh yes, ma'am, we understand your frustration, and I apologize. Yeah, so afterwards, they said, oh, yes, like, we'll give you a complimentary whatnot, blah, 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 blah. And they said the reason why they had that section is because apparently there are some people who abuse it. Like, after someone talks about it on their social media, people use that information to get something free out of it. So when they explained it like that, I kind of understood. So I said, okay. Well, you know what? That's a lot more reasonable than whatever it was implied in the beginning. I mean, excuses, but you know, it's an excuse that I can try to understand. And they did say that that was the only option that I had, so I just said, okay, fine. Sally also helped me with the travel agency thing, but the travel agency really couldn't do anything because they couldn't reach them. So yeah. But I asked them if something would be fixed about my parents' room. They said no. And because the problem is, it's just the smell, apparently, so they can't fix it. But they did do the deep cleaning like requested. I'm getting an upgrade because the shower, it can't be repaired, but you know, their shower is fine. And even though it smells like absolute garbage dumpster fire, they did deep cleaning and the smell is half of what it used to be. So yeah, they said they were just gonna stay there because there's no other room. So I said, oh great, oh great. And then I come into the room, and both my room, my new room, and my parents' room had chocolate, which fixes everything. Yes, everything. What kind of chocolate? 4 strawberries dipped in chocolate. Oh, that was great.